his design.
We're gonna build an instrument and test out the radio back there in the radio station. Check it out, make sure they know what the usage is. Yes, actual hands-on stuff, that's for
So
sure.
did Aaron get his. You know, you have to, if you're gonna have success in anything,
When I was young, we had a license.
you have to see yourself in that success.
Oh, okay.
Just a mirror.
I mean, he has to pull the axle, he has to drop his transfer case, and, do all that stuff.
Like what? I was looking at some stuff on my machine. Well, I thought about putting
Maybe
four,
Duramax is
four
no,
BT,
seriously.
weren't they?
Gas mileage increases.
Four doubles. You talking about the four BTs? Four BT cameras?
I get, there's a little, but that's what they do, there's a little one.
Yeah. Well, I was
It's like smaller, and it's like fits in there, and it's like,
I also thought about doing that one little.
no, that's rock solid. But you have to,
It'll fit right in, see what you said.
that's what I do on my Jeep.
No, either.
Diesel, they're smaller, it's easier to see. The people make the adapters, the people make the adapters that tie up to the transmission and stuff. And by the way, we're starting to do something that Ken brought up. Take some pictures.
Give me plenty of notes. I didn't find that same document. I was done with it. I don't even have a shack. I should have brought my hammer for you.
I have one. Morning, everyone. If y'all take your seat, we'll get started. I'd like to welcome everybody this morning and call the meeting to order. We start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd all stand and face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, introductions. I'm Mark Coster, KG5NWE, and would like to go around the room. We'll start with Adair this morning.
Adair, KD5DYP.
Raymond, W5RAW.
Anna, KD5ROK.
David, KC5BGW.
You're on N5B and you.
Eric, KF5BMX.
Pepper, KI5IQ.
Joseph, NJ08.
Eva, nothing.
Okay.
Lloyd, KG5RHI.
Okay.
Melinda, KG5NWD.
Lonnie, N5CLU.
Trent, K5XN. Daryl, KI5IJM.
Chad, here to take notes.
Okay.
Larry, KI5TB.
Jim, KD5UVT.
Murray, W5UGQ.
That is W5UGR.
Alan, KI5PY.
Barry, and I'm trying to get a license.
Okay, awesome. Rod?
Rod, KI5KDC.
Marcy, KA5IRA.
Teresa, hopeful.
Good. Well, welcome everyone. So we have a couple of people for testing. If you'd raise your hands, okay. And y'all for technician, I would assume, so we'll need VEs for that.
John is not here yet, but he'll be here at the end of the meeting to do the test. And it'll be in the next room just over here, just outside the door to the right. Okay, make sure everybody signs in on the sign sheet. Appreciate that. And the coffee and donuts, it looks like we got some chocolate covered strawberries too, so don't forget to feed the kitty, because that helps out so there's no expenses to the club. All right, next item is approval of the minutes from last month.
And I do have a correction already. Look down at old business, number 1, nonprofit status update. Apparently the dogs wanted to go out before I finished that sentence. And when I came back in, I forgot to finish the sentence. So the sentence is supposed to read, and remainder of documents requested has been supplied to the lawyer. So I will get that fixed before I put it in the record. Anybody see anything else? I didn't mess up David's call sign this time.
If no one else sees any other corrections that need to be made, I'd like to entertain a motion for approval of the minutes.
So moved.
David Ricketts. Is there a second?
I second.
Eric, those all approved? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Financial report, Adair.
Okay, good morning, everybody. So I think there should be a copy of the report on every table, and it's also up here on the screen. So finally starting to have a little bit of activity. Looks like for March we had $238.49 come in membership dues. Already had $28.46 come in for the Swap Fest, a couple ticket sales already, and $110 in donations. So for the month of March we ended up with an income of $376.95. Had a little bit of office supply expense for $66.38. We put our paid our money for the Swap Fest space, which was $230, and we had a van expense of $210, which means we spent $506.38 in March, which there'll be some additional expenses coming up for the Swap Fest, but hopefully we're already doing good with ticket sales, and I'll talk more about that later. So it pretty much leaves us with $5,591.31 in the main checking account, $4,016.28 in the 180-day CD, and the $2,150.76 in the 365-day CD, and $275 in cash. Total monies, $12,033.35. Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints? Always something to complain about in there. Okay, well, that's it.
I'd like to entertain a motion for approval of the treasurer's report. John, and a second.
Yeah. Second.
David. Those all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. I don't think Dan's here today. I'm assuming that the repeaters seem to be working just fine. I haven't heard anything any different. Okay, then David, van report, you have something?
Not really. No change
Okay.
right now.
Everything's going, just need to get some of
As soon
the,
as that guy starts back up, we'll start working on getting that.
okay. Eric, you want to speak to contesting?
Made a mistake here. Let me back up. Hi, I'm Eric at KI5BMX, and this is a contest report, I guess. Okay, we're starting to get it into all kinds of state QSO parties, and so we got the Georgia State Parks on the Air. It's today. The Florida State Parks on the Air is also today. Missouri QSO party is today. Mississippi, Louisiana, they're all going on today too. They're going on today through tomorrow. Then we move on down to the mid-month. You got your Georgia and New Mexico QSO party. They're on the 8th. And Nebraska and Texas State Parks on the air, and the Michigan QSO party is on the 15th, along with North Dakota, Ontario, Quebec. Everybody wants to do theirs on the same weekend, so there'll be plenty of activity for Ray to have fun on. And we got Florida. They had to sneak in on the last day. They're on April 29th. And then that's all I saw. Ray, do you have anything you'd like to talk about? Do you think you can reach Australia for the Anzac Day?
Maybe. I talked
Okay.
to Australia the other day. Single sideband worked all prefix was a great contest. Anybody else participate? Oh, missed a good contest because I didn't even work hard at it, and I talked to people all over the world, Ireland and Australia and
That's cool.
South Africa. It was a great contest.
And Anzac Day is on the 24th. So
Yeah, we'll try it.
okay, and that's it.
12 and 15 have all been open real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easy to work Australia anyway.
Yeah, I've always hit them in the late evening, right when the band, the light,
Great.
the gray zone, I guess, is passing. I get them on my simple GN5 RV.
Yeah.
So
Works.
them in Japan, but those guys are like monster stations pointed this direction. Okay. Well, anything else? Anybody have any other thing we need to know about? Back to you.
Thanks, Eric.
Okay. And emergency communications. Marcy, would you like to say a little bit?
Well, good morning, everyone. Tim Pillsbury, WB5BUL, is not here this morning. He is currently training for Skywarn. And if you guys have any questions about what Skywarn is or what it does, just ask one of us. We'll be happy to let you know. So in his stead, I'm going to give you guys a couple of updates and announcements about the emergency communications. For my notes today, first and foremost, there is a monthly meeting for the Emergency Communications Group. They happen on the first Monday of the month at 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. rather, at the Red Cross in Amarillo. That is 1800 South Harrison. And if you need directions or more info, just get with me, shoot me an email or contact me. I'm on QRZ. Again, my call sign is Kilo Alpha 5 India Romeo Alpha. This month, our agenda at that meeting is to do an antenna build. Again, Tim is bringing most of the supplies for that. I'll be bringing some supplies. So even if you guys don't and Daryl, thank you. There's a few others who are going to be bringing some supplies. So bring a friend, bring anybody. You don't have to be a ham and you don't have to be an MCOM. This is just a training exercise for putting an antenna together, which I think we'd all are kind of interested in. And also, second part of that is the radio room at the Red Cross. We're going to go hands-on and do some hands-on training on the radio and tinker with it, make sure it's working smooth, and let everybody see how it works. So again, that is Monday, 2 days from now, at the Red Cross at 6 p.m. is social, and 6:30 p.m. is the actual kickoff of the meeting. Something I wanted to bring up is the ICS 213 drill that we did. We had an exercise over the month of February and March. We had 27 participants in that, and for any of you who don't know, I took an envelope, put a ICS 213, which is a general message form, put it in the envelope already filled out, and I geocached it all over the Panhandle. So between Perryton and Dumas and Dalhart and Pampa and Panhandle, Tulia, we went all over the place and stashed some envelopes so that those who would be responding were able to use only a set of geo-coordinates, find their envelope, and read that information back to me and relay it to me over the air and get a reply. So I just wanted to say congratulations and kudos to all of you that were successful and participated in that. I'll have a list at the MCOM meeting on Monday, and we'll be able to give you all some props. there was a peer-to-peer exercise for WinLink. There's been ongoing for months and months. I just wanted to give a shout out to Raymond, W5RAW. If anybody was keeping track, he has more than double the number of communications, at least with me, that I know of, and possibly even more than that. So Raymond, congratulations, you are the peer-to-peer king for the month. Actually for the last 3 months. So anyways, we're all going to be working on that. And if you have any questions, again, just meet with me after the meeting. I wanted to make one other mention that is not anything to do with MCOM. New members and anybody who is interested in becoming a member or anybody who is training to become a ham, please, all of us who are here, find those guys when they come in, reach out to them, meet them, exchange contact with them. Let them know, hey, you're here, that we can offer them some help. So please don't let those guys slip by when they come in to do their testing or they have questions or they're interested. Let's meet those people and help them start with their adventures into the ham radio hobby. A few things that we've been working on is the club. We've been doing POTA, portable on the air, going out to the park, setting up radios, having fellowship with our friends in the ham radio community. Of course, there's my gig, which is the MCOM little area of things. We've had the technical net on Friday nights. We've had a couple of antenna raisings, and there are more help needed in that area. We've had, we're going to be having Hamfest coming up. I'm sure they're going to talk more about that. It's a big, big party and picnic out that we do every year. Field Day is coming up last weekend in June. Everybody gets really excited about that. It's one of the biggest outreaches that we do. Contesting, of course, Eric has that, and Raymond is also a local aficionado on some of those contests. I don't know anybody in here that can probably outcompete that guy. Maybe the hammer, but I don't know. The fellowship of the hams at this monthly meeting is priceless. I thank you guys all for being here and coming. And the other things that we do are holding classes for new technicians or people trying to get their technician license. We'll be holding a one-day ham class, hopefully on the third weekend of the month. We're going to double check that date. Get with me and I'll put it together and make sure. We just need to confirm if you're going to do that so we don't just show up and no one is there. Also general classes, if there's a need for that, again, reach out to me. We'll put that together for you. And today after the meeting at noon, please join us at the Red Cross. There will be more chocolate-covered strawberries and other great goodies. We'd love to see you there. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Did you say after the meeting?
Yes, after the meeting today at noon at the Red Cross, please show up at the Red Cross. We'll be having a little get-together.
Food and such.
I'll make sure I heard it. I was like,
Yes, sir.
Did you say?
Thank you, Marcy. Okay, under old business, nonprofit status, we got all the requested forms and such to the lawyer, so there's nothing to report at this time from that. Lamar Science Day, that was yesterday, and Melinda and myself participated in that with the young kiddos. Saw approximately 150 students, and you can go on the website. Melinda posted some pictures from that day. And just to describe a little bit about what we did, Melinda showed the kids CW and exposed them to Morse code. Do you have anything you want to say specifically what you were doing
they
there?
had a lot of fun. You know, anytime you mention secret code, you know, they're all into it. And, you know, there's not a whole lot of time. You guys remember, this isn't like for college. It's just a little taster for the fifth graders, fourth graders, third graders, second graders. So, you know, it's just something fun to do. We were in the same room. I did like 10 minutes and then we swapped groups. So, you know, there were a bunch of kids over, watching Mark talk about what he's gonna tell you. But see the little keyers on the desk, those are made out of Altoids. They were fascinated by those. They said, well, can we look in? Are there mints in there? I said, no, there's not mints in there. Mark ate all the mints, and they said, well, where'd you get them? Well, Mr. Coster built them. What? Can I build one of those? I mean, they are so into just anything, and for Science Day, they got to go do all sorts of things, but then they come in the radio room. So I did the Morse code.
Lamar School, just to let everybody know, that's where the deaf ed is.
Yeah,
And so on those keyers, we put LED lights, so when they key, they can see the lights flashing also.
yeah,
So,
I showed them how to do SOS with a flashlight even, I mean, we were having a lot of fun.
so what I was doing is, I was trying to describe to them, how radio waves work. And I, showed them the cell phone, let them look at our pet spider. And they noticed that every time I showed them the phone, and explained to them that their cell phone's a radio, and that how it worked between their cell phone and the radio towers. And you got a picture of the antenna there. So we took our MFJ magnetic loop, and I went ahead and took the cover off of it so they could see the variable capacitor at the top. And what I did is I tuned the antenna to it and explained to them about how an antenna needs to be tuned to the wavelength, and took a measuring tape and showed them a meter. Of course, they all knew what a meter was, but cell phones have a real short wavelength, and explained to them that a 40 meters wavelength. And then I showed them how the variable capacitor would move and have the radio tuned to have the antenna tuned to the frequency I was on, and explained and had them listen to how the sound went away when the capacitor started moving, and then showed how when the capacitor came back around, all of a sudden they heard it get loud again and go quiet, and explained to that. And then I used the scope on the radio and showed them the noise at the bottom of the screen, and then ran it again, and they could see it disappear and come up. And I wish I had a young man ask, "Can I turn the knob?" I should have thought of doing that earlier, because that really got them when they could. I explained to them where the spikes were, was where signals were, and would tune to it. And most of it was digital. A couple times a day there was nets going on that we could listen to. But when they would tune and go to those spikes and hear the sounds and such, that really enlightened them, or maybe corrupt them a little bit. Anyway, so I would encourage y'all next year. This was the first year after the COVID that Lamar was able to do it, but it's a very rewarding day, and I would encourage you, if it just needs to be a simple, very quick 10-minute little display of.
And there's so many things you can do, we saw 150 kids came through that room.
Yeah.
Throughout
So
the course of the day.
would encourage you, if you're available next year, to participate, because it was a fun day. So that was that, and then next item is Swap Fest. And there, would you like to talk about where we decided to have it and all?
Yeah, I was worried about y'all with all that wind and dirt. I was like, man, if they're outside, that's not gonna be fun at Lamar.
Oh, no, we were, and the antenna was inside. Of course, all we did was receive. We didn't transmit, because a little too close.
Yeah.
I didn't really prepare anything, and the flyers aren't here yet. They'll be here when John gets here. But I did want to talk real quick, briefly let everybody know that we did finally nail down a location for the Swap Fest, and we are moving, and we're going to move it indoors. So luckily we got, I guess Melinda or Mark, one of y'all had a contact with somebody at AISD, and we're going to actually hold it in the robotics hall at Amtech. So I think most people probably know that Amtech is the new shiny kid on the block as far as the school system is concerned. They've got probably every bit of technology in that building that you can imagine. Sadly, we won't get to play with much of it, but the robotics hall is really cool. It's a very nice, new, modern building, very large open space where they actually do these robotics races, drone racing, in fact, inside there too. They drop a big net down and do drone races inside of it, so that's kind of cool. But it will be on May the 6th. That it'll start at 9 a.m. and our official end time will be 2 p.m. So there'll be a little bit more information that will get pushed out on the website and on the Slack and Facebook and those kind of places as we learn more information. We've got a grand prize. It's going to be an FTM 200DR radio, and then there'll be various prizes given out every half an hour until the hour before the end of the Swap Fest, which is when we'll give out the radio. We are selling tickets online, so you're welcome to jump online and buy the tickets. You can go to w5wx.net and click the link at the top and follow the links to purchase tickets. Or if you want to today, you can actually purchase them with check or cash today, or even a credit card if you'd like. Honestly, if you're going to do a credit card, it's probably just as easy to jump online and do it because it's the exact same process. So, trying to think of anything else. We're probably I think the website kind of mentions it, and it may be on a flyer that you may see. The official flyer that's going to go out in the mail next week. We're going to take the tailgating portion of it off. Since we're going to have so much room inside, we're really just going to do everything inside. So clearly, if you've got, like big antennas or tower sections, you might not want to drag them inside. So you can bring pictures or whatever to leave on a table. But it's going to be hopefully a little more realistic feeling hamfest, in that it's not just going to be all out in the parking lot, really, with some limited tables. We're going to have plenty of tables inside. So if you have equipment that you want to sell, trade, whatever, bring that with you. You'll be able to put it on a table and hopefully sell some stuff. Yes, sir.
Have carts available for people so they don't have to carry it?
No, you'll have to bring your own cart. Yeah. So yeah, if you have anything of any size, bring it on a dolly or a cart or something. There is access from the outside directly to the robotics hall. You can go out the door, but you can't come in unless you have somebody posted there, and we're going to probably post somebody at that door, at least for setup, so that people can bring stuff through that door. Otherwise, you do have to kind of come in the main entrance and around a little bit, but it's not super far. But I hope that this way, no matter the weather, whatever the case may be, it'll be a nice place to be able to do something like this and have plenty of room to spread out. So we'll have a couple of rows of tables for equipment, have some round tables for people to be able to sit down, eat, and talk. And say that again?
No mosquitoes.
Yeah, no mosquitoes, no wind, no cold, no rain, hopefully anything. Yeah, nice clean bathrooms other than the park bathrooms. So hopefully some of this kind of makes it feel a little bit nicer. Get your tickets bought, though it's going to be for all the door prizes, including the grand prize. So that's what you're going to be buying. This is probably the club's biggest fundraiser that we do every year. Brings in a couple $1,000s usually, and this just really kind of gives us a nice boost in cash, especially with things like when you're hiring lawyers to help fix stuff. So it helps out there. Yes.
Present to win prizes through the day or the grand prize?
The only one that was not required to be present was the grand prize. Otherwise, you have to be present to win in everything else.
That's what I was going to do. Okay.
So,
Say it out.
and we're not going to do a real ticket. We're just doing everything electronically. So when you buy tickets, I'm putting you on a list and giving you a ticket number for all the tickets that you bought. And then we're just going to use a digital system to draw numbers. And then we'll just announce that a name or a call sign throughout the day. So is there any questions about that? Anybody? Yes, sir.
Main entrance, which side of the building?
South side of the building. Yeah, that's the only place you'll be able to get in on Saturday. Will be that south entrance. Yes.
Can you repeat the location again, the address?
I'm sorry. The address, actually, I'm not sure if I have it on there, but it's like 3106 Plains. I think.
Have a map and everything.
Yeah, it's on the website. 3106 Plains, but it's the Amtech Career Academy on basically Plains and Dixie. Yeah, where Hastings corporate used to be.
Really old Sears.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So it's in the old Hastings.
Support center. Yep. Plains and Dixie, just right down the road. Yeah, so hopefully it's a little bit easier for some people to access and get to than getting out to the park location. And hopefully it'll afford us some abilities to do some things like we've never historically been able to do testing at the SWAT Fest, and we're going to plan on doing testing. And hopefully as this progresses a little bit, maybe we can even get some speakers to come in and do some things, since we'll actually have enough room to do that and not be trying to just do it outside. Yes, sir?
I'm just wondering, how far, or what area do you send the flyers out to?
So I have a zip code list that basically encompasses the top 26 counties of the Texas Panhandle, whatever counties Lubbock has, and the counties surrounding Lubbock, and then the first row of counties for New Mexico and Oklahoma. So it's essentially everything around the Panhandle as much as possible. I think it was around 12 or 1,500 flyers that went to hams last year. So we spread that out just a little bit. I think historically it was always just the top 26 counties. I kind of pushed it out a little bit further to get some of those people to Mexico because we usually get a lot of times get people from Clayton, things like that. So and I think I even included like Childress and things like that. So yeah,
And we had visitors from Lubbock as well.
we have in the past for sure. Yeah,
I think last year we had a Lubbock and Clovis, didn't we?
yeah. They're Clovis and Lubbock were both.
You guys just got back from,
Midland, yep. I don't normally send to Midland, but that may be something I talked to John about, is to go ahead and push some all the way down to there. Since we go down to theirs, there may be some people that want to come up here, but I figure 3 to 4 hours worth of driving is about all most people are going to probably want to do for something like this. So, yes, ma'am.
Is it free to get in?
Yes, so this year for sure, entry is free, tables are free. Next year, depending on kind of how things go, we might actually have like a small entry fee and then a small table fee. Just depending on kind of how the cost goes and how things happen. Luckily, really our tables and chairs are all included in the cost. The problem is they're really nice tables and really nice chairs, and I just don't want to end up destroying a table or chair with somebody sliding a piece of equipment on it or something like that. So we may end up bringing in some tables even this year. But I think as a trial run to move it inside, it'll just be free entry. And we may do that going forward. We're not 100% sure. But this building does cost us a little bit more than the park costs us. But I think overall it's going to be an improved experience, especially considering the money that we make. Yes, sir.
Plainview as well.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be included in there.
Oh, Lubbock.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're not skipping Plainview, so.
I do have one thing. For the food truck,
Oh,
tacos okay?
Tacos are always good.
I never said-
Awesome. Yeah, so there will be a food truck there, and that will be probably from like 11 to 1 o'clock kind of a thing. Yes, sir.
I just want to clarify, you will be able to test next, on May 6th?
That's the plan. Yes, sir. Yep.
I want to take my general.
Awesome.
Make it.
Yep.
It's one big room, so we're still kind of wondering how the logistics of it.
So yeah, it is one big room, but logistically, there's a bistro location with some tables and whatever that's kind of off to one side as you come into the building. They've told us we can use that either to eat there or we'll do the testing over there. And there's what's kind of nice about this too. We'll have the tables and chairs for people to sit down, but there's actually also a little seating area off to the other side of the robotics hall where there's couches and things you can sit on. So we may put some tables over there and do testing over there. We're not 100% sure, but there will be testing. I have not 100% committed or confirmed that with John, but that is the plan. I don't see why that wouldn't be the case at this point. So yes.
The only downside is it wouldn't be super quiet.
Yeah, it's not going to be
There's no way to really isolate.
completely isolated, but it'll be off and away far enough. I think it'll be fine. So
Well, I have hard hearing, so it doesn't make any difference.
you can't hear anyway.
Never been no bullshit.
Right. Any other questions, comments? Yes, sir.
Will they have the van out front?
I hope so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's parked across the street. So that is another thing that we're trying to do in general is get the van to every club meeting and every function so that people can see it and we can use it and all those kinds of things. So yeah, I think that'd be a fantastic opportunity to bring it out and let people be able to go outside and look at it and use it, those kinds of things.
They'll just warm it up since we don't have a defroster.
Exactly.
Might be
Yep.
able to get it inside.
Yep. And that may be true. We may actually bring it inside. We'll see.
It's a 12-foot door, shouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll see.
They're having a car show there.
Yeah, they're doing a car show in there, so I'm pretty sure there's some kind of big entry that they can get stuff in there. It may be better to be outside if we want to actually use it, but we'll see how things lay out. I have a few questions I got to get answered with AISD, but it is May 6th, starting at 9 a.m. at 3106 Plains Boulevard. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you, Adair.
If you want to buy tickets.
Thank you, Adair.
Sure.
I'm really excited. It's a really nice facility.
It is very nice.
And I wanted to back up on Lamar Science Day. John Lauer, K5 IT supplied,
I said that wrong. It's 3601, not 3106.
John supplied pamphlets and did printing for us so we could hand out to the kids, which was awesome. And one of the things is some of the kids were interested in the radio and stuff, so we pointed to SDR websites that they could log into and play with that. So, all right, new business. Field Day is coming up in June 24th and 25th. Anybody that interested on serving on a committee for Field Day, please come and see me.
Not to be on the committee, but I know we're still looking for a location.
Mm-hmm.
One possible location, I'm still trying to work on that, is we may be able to do it south of Canyon. friend of mine's place. It's right
Okay.
off the hill, Whitaker Ranch.
Okay, we'll get the committee together and they'll
Yep.
look into that. Thanks, David.
Translates.
All right, field day.
About 40.
Let's see, Eric, you wanna speak to, well, I'll let you get to that. So, next thing on new business, what we'd like to start instigating is, show us your shack. We'd like to have members show what they have and what kind of equipment they have, just to kinda inspire other people in the club of what possible and
You don't wanna see mine.
equipment and such.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Do we have any other new business that we need to talk about? Yes, Ronnie?
Question about that. You wanna share the shack with, in picture form, or you actually wanna?
Yeah.
Picture form and then come up and just a couple of minutes, just say this is what I do and what I enjoy doing, whether it's digital, whether it's
You can,
CW.
take a couple of pictures, we can put them up here and switch through them, and you can just explain what your setup is, or even a video, if you wanna take a video of your room or whatever. Just wanna let people see what those of us in the club are, you know, our current setups are, and hopefully give us some ideas, other people ideas about what they can do with theirs.
Financial status, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that'd be bad news.
Raymond?
I got something to say. This is way back about contesting. I want to remind everybody, and even people that are just technician licensed, this is the year for volunteers on the air for ARRL. So it's reminiscent of the 2014 100-year anniversary of the ARRL, where you made points for contacting people that worked for ARRL or had a position such as a volunteer examiner, or, you know, it could be everything from a member volunteer up to the president of the ARRL, section managers. You get different points for each person. I want to remind you, even if you're just a technician, 10 meters has been wide open. And 10 meters, you got a pretty good slice that you can get on there and make points. And the only thing that you really have to do to get your points is put those contacts in Logbook of the World. If you can't do Logbook of the World, get with somebody here and we'll help you get on Logbook of the World. It's very simple.
It's a painful process, though.
It's not a painful process. It takes a
It's a
week.
little involved.
It's involved, yeah, it takes a couple of weeks to get
It
it.
takes a couple of steps. It took me twice to get it done right, so.
Okay.
You know, I saw a checkbox just the other day about, so like, we went down there to Corpus Christi.
Right.
And then normally there you would say, okay, I wasn't at my QTH, so
Right.
I'm at this other grid, if you
Right.
will. But there is a checkbox or a setting or a radio button where you can say, take whatever I put in the log and put it directly in the log.
Yeah, oh
So
yeah.
that's a pretty
Right.
important thing to do.
And most
Get around.
logging programs will do it for you. All you gotta do is click on the button and say upload to LOTW. It'll do it for you. You don't have to. It used to be.
Let's not have a logbook of the world discussion right now.
Thank you.
Wait, I have a short meeting, so, short presentation, so talk.
Sorry.
I just wanted to remind everybody about volunteers on the air.
Right.
And encourage technicians. I've had a lot of contacts with technician licensed people this year
Oh, really?
from North Carolina, Florida, all over the United States, because they can get on 10 meters, and 10 meters has been open.
Yeah. When I first started, 10 meters was dead.
Right.
I mean, I had, with my technician, I could get local, and that's it.
I did want to make one other quick comment about Swap Fest before we move on, if that's okay.
Thanks, Raymond, appreciate that.
Ticket sales are on the website, but just so everybody knows, you'll be able to buy from anywhere from 1 to however many tickets you want. But we have packages of tickets, so you can get 1 ticket for $5, 5 tickets for $20, 10 tickets for $30, or 20 tickets for $40. And then if you want to buy $80 worth of tickets, then that obviously just gets you 40 tickets, stuff like that. So just go on the website. There's a checkout process, or come see me afterwards. I just want to let people know kind of what the sales are going to look like. So.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Eric. Okay. So this is a very short meeting today. I'm gonna kick it off with, show me mine. I'll show you mine, you show me yours. And,
I see the black and white part of it here.
I'll show you mine, I'll show you yours, KI5 BMX. This is a very simple, easy thing. Hit the next one. Currently, I don't have a shack. That's my wires.
Presentation over.
Presentation over.
that's just my HF, my ground wire, my VHF UHF wire cable, and
You still got the wedges on your floor.
yeah, because I only have about that much of it done. Yeah. So technically, this is my shack right here.
There you go.
And honestly, this is a simple enough shack. This is what technicians mostly have. I mean, but you don't have to have anything fancy. You just have to have something to get on the air. Okay. And of course, you have to have your station identification.
Yep.
And my daughter gave me these for Christmas. She gets them on Etsy. They're really not that expensive. It's printed on wood and then a little flashing LED light that can go. Okay. Next one. But this is my empty room. I made a desk for it. This is a Sam's desk. Then those are stair risers that I bought it. That's a nice desk. I mean, they're wooden heavy workbench. And like I said, I made stair risers, and then I made for the drawer. You can get under slide drawer thing for my computer. Yeah. When I bought it, it was $100. This is all pre-COVID, so, or actually at COVID time, before stuff had gone up. So now it's like $180, $200 for the desk. They're expensive because I was going to buy another one.
So you made the top shelf and the keyboard
Yeah.
drawer, basically, yeah.
Actually, these are just a floor riser. It's a stair.
Right. But I mean, you attached them.
Stair
Yeah,
tread,
it's a stair. Yeah. And then this is another one I cut into thirds. I just stained it. Just try to find a stain the same color.
So who makes that table?
That's a Sam's.
Oh, really?
It's a workbench.
You wanted to get that, huh?
It's a workbench. You can buy them at the.
Home Depot and Lowe's have them though too. Their version of them. That's what's in my office for a desk. So.
And what's cool is
That's adjustable.
it's adjustable. I could make it standing height if I wanted to.
Who wants to stand up?
Okay. These are all the pictures I had on my phone, so they're horrible pictures because I don't have anything out. And you'll see my desk is in its current state as it always is. It's messy.
And that radio don't even work.
Yeah. That radio doesn't even work.
Oh.
Why doesn't it work?
My cat.
Blame the
Yeah, it is. Oh, it actually does work. It just doesn't transmit any power. So I'm gonna have to mail it off. I should have done it because it's.
Cat chewed the coax, huh?
Then my power supply and my tuner. And the good thing is the tuner works with Aaron's radio, so it's not a loss. Okay. Then this is my Kenwood. This is one I got from Ed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's great. This is a great radio.
Those are good radios.
I mean, even today, it has I use it for my VHF, UHF, but then I'm planning on using it for satellites when I get it going, because it does all that. Okay.
What model is that?
The TS2000.
Yeah, chew that.
And then in the middle there, that's what got me started in radio. That's my SDR Play. I got this in March of when COVID started because I needed something to do. So I got this, and I had a diamond antenna, Discord antenna. I got listening because I've always been really interested in AM radio. I've always gone out at night in my dad's truck and tried to see how far away I could hear, and that's got me started in all that. This is my messy desk. The reason I have this because it's also my workbench. So I was making signs with my silhouette, making little vinyl signs. But I have my 3 monitors hooked up, so it gives me plenty of room. So what I can do is on the one monitor on the left-hand side, I can put grid tracker, and I do FT8. So it has all my FT8 contacts and has a map of where everybody's at the current time. In the middle, I put my actually FT8 software. Now on the right side, I do my my logging software. It's just like I said, this is how I got the 1,500 contacts that one time.
Grid track, I mean, does the one that you use for, not WS or JTA?
Yeah, that's the
but
actual
you use
software.
a different one, but it logs itself, right?
Well, what I do a weird way of logging. The WJST or the JTDX, they're the same software, but I send that from there. It goes to, was it Log Old Man? Log for Old Man. That's my local one. Then it goes to also goes to QRZ. Logs there, and then every once in a while I go on QRZ, and I hit there. I upload to Logbook of the World. You know, whenever I finally get it done. And then like this is a propagation map. This is part of PSK tracker,
PSK report.
PSK reporter. Yeah. And what's cool about that is every one of those dots is somebody who heard me.
Right.
You
Or
know?
you could put anybody's call sign in
And you
there
can see who's
here and there.
And so what you do if you're trying to call somebody and they're just ignoring you, chances are they can't hear you.
Right.
So you type in their call sign, you can see if they're even
Right.
hearing you, which, yeah,
Great tool.
yeah, great tool. And then that's it.
And
That's
you
it.
can tell that software to put that out there for you too.
Yeah, the PSK. No, PSK actually hears you. It's getting
I think
people.
he means to receive you. You can run it so you can receive to send people in.
Well, or inside of some of those softwares, you can tell it, hey, yeah, I want,
Oh, to report to.
that's okay to do that.
Yeah. That's I do that by default. I mean, I use other people's stuff, so I might as well get them. And you can make. I'm in the process of making a little bitty, just a receiver, that just runs all the time. It just switches bands like every 10 minutes, and just listens.
Sees who it hears.
Sees here and then just reports it.
That's cool.
And I mean, it's like a it's getting hard to find the things, but they were $200. Now they've gone up a little bit. This the only one I can really find that's really good. I think it's in Germany. Germany seems to have a lot of the people who make stuff in small amounts.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say the hacker people or the makers. Yeah, perfect. The maker people. But it's hard to get some. There's still a shortage, and these little guys, they can't afford to buy 20,000 little parts, so they get what they get, and yeah. But this is my plan. Kian brought me a couple months ago at the beginning of the year. He brought up this idea about just show me your shack. It doesn't have to be fancy. Some people have wonderful shacks that, and some people just have simple shacks. And I tried to show mine just so, not everybody has a fancy setup. It works. On the outside, I have my G5 RV Junior Dipo. Then I have, which really is actually very efficient for my space. I wish I could put the full-size G5 RV, but I just don't have the lot space. I have a diamond disc cone wideband receiving antenna, which can also transmit on UHF, VHF, and 6 meter, but I'm not going to do that. Then I have a diamond UHF, VHF regular vertical that I use for other repeaters and everything else. And, my diamond is the highest one. I put, it's on one of those push-up posts. And then I have my G5 RV is about 20 feet off the ground. It is on 2 chain link fence top row things I was putting together, put them up, and I just pull that up on ropes over the house.
Like this, on the ground.
Well, I have one on one side of my lot attached to the fence, then I have one on the other side attached to my house.
Oh, so you can stretch a wire?
So, and I just pull up that wire. It's always up, but I can drop it easy. I want to try to go 30 feet by putting 3 of those posts together, but I think that's pushing my luck. I've tried it and it's hard, but I just think in Amarillo, Texas, with the wind,
We have wind.
yeah, we have a little bit of wind. We live in the windiest city in the United States.
That's right.
Chicago says they're windy. Nah.
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The SDR, can you use it with WinLink or not?
Yeah.
Good?
No. The SDR, it only receives.
And then receive.
Since it doesn't send, it just receives. I can use it with WJSTX.
I've heard where they say that's not good for that kind of thing. I didn't know, I get that it only receives it.
Yeah. And it's just a song. They make versions that can. One of them is the Hacker RF that Marcy has. It can transmit out of, I think, 1 watt.
Yep.
Something like that. Not,
Still won't work though.
Not for WinLink, no. Do not use that tool for WinLink.
yeah, but you could use it for other stuff. The cool thing about the Hacker RF is you can hack lots of stuff. Lots of stuff that's illegal too. Yeah, and then what I'm working on now, and I'm planning on doing a presentation on that, is using a satellite receiver. That's my next thing I want to do. I want to get into moon bouncing, but that's expensive. Oh no, they got these ones now that you can, portable ones that are they're like 1 meter dishes. They fold out. They're a little pricey, but you could take it to the parks on the air. People do that. Parks on there and do moon bouncing off of parks on the air, and you can with FT8. You can do it. I mean, it can be done very. And there's some person that this one I'm on a Facebook group. He has I think it's a 6 or 8 meter dish. I mean, that's huge.
On the old C-band.
No. This is an old, like a transmission dish from like when the cable companies used to have their big dishes. It's one of those. I think it's huge, but that's like, yeah, too much. Okay, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, thanks, Eric. Has everybody signed in on the sign-in sheet? Jim?
Sorry, did you?
There's a couple more ones, oh yeah, everybody signs. What the wind?
Haven't seen him. Ray, what are your standings now? 7,183 points, I think. I'm on page 31 of the leaderboard.
Just page 31.
There's 25 people on each page, 30 pages on 25. So I'm up about 800 people above me. But some of them have 100,000 points. So like the leader is
We got 27 people here today.
100,000.
Cheating maybe ever so slight.
God knows.
That's when they win.
What is your standing? Have you looked? Oh. We got all year. It's a year long.
I really say I'm not even a member, so that's probably not caught on.
You don't have to be a member.
And Marcy wanted me to mention about Slack, and on the website, it's on there. Anybody, especially that are new people, you can use that to get in contact with us. You know, if you want to talk to somebody, post a question, whatever. Usually enough people are around to give you a good answer pretty fast. Right? Number 4. That'd be your bride.
Melinda.
Melinda, do you want to pick something?
Come on.
Oh, it worked. You're not
1 month too early.
21. That's Harry Cazzola.
Right there.
Is that you? No, is your name Harry?
What?
Is your name Harry?
Harry,
Okay, well, come grab something. You won.
You won a gift.
You won a prize.
how about that?
Come on down.
Good start.
What?
So, this is a cutting board. This is shows all the different band plans that amateur radio can be on, or a pen that has a little flashlight on it, or a USB charger, cigarette lighter charger, or a drinking.
These are good for new amateurs because it shows you where you can broadcast.
Yeah, I got it, my, book that I studied out, I have it.
Yeah. This is
ARRL.
Okay, well, this is handy to have when you're running on the radio. So.
you can have. I have one usually put on my table there, so I can just quickly look at it and see. Oh, I'm out of the. I'm in the extra territory.
One of those items. Grab whatever you want.
Right? I'll wait on my,
Well, no, go ahead and grab whatever you want here. It's if you want a cutting board or drinking cup. All right.
do I owe you for that?
No, that you
No,
want.
you
You
won.
want the drawing.
Your number.
Okay.
I think you won last month.
I did, I'll take the pen.
You take,
The pen.
okay.
Pass it back this
David,
way.
could you pass that back?
That'd be amazing, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Well done.
The back of that flashlight's pretty cool.
I know, I was just thought that was cool.
Even since you won twice, teach us how to win the lottery.
Since I figured that out.
KFI, Alan?
Yeah.
I think you take that call.
So you
That's a cutting board.
Yeah,
And I think that's just the.
USB,
accidentally.
whatever you want.
Turn it on all the time, no better, yeah.
I think they need that.
We
Okay.
never have enough of those.
I know, right?
You throw them in the glove box.
Already in
The
there.
next person on the Price is Right,
Can't believe we won something.
number 3, you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Number 17, Mr. Rod.
Rod Bannister.
Come on down.
Rick.
Nepo baby.
This is a cutting board, something, it says Pantex on it, I don't know if it.
Pantex.
Okay.
Okay.
Teach the food one.
And last but not least, number 16, me. Which I'll skip.
Ah, come on. Hey, I'm Christopher Brown too, that could be wrong.
Anastasia.
There you go.
Yay.
There you go. Alrighty, I appreciate you all being here. The club wouldn't be anything without everybody, all the members. And, the next meeting will be the Swap Fest, May 6th.
Yeah, everybody come on down. Let's have a.
Come see me to buy tickets, and for those testing, John said he's on his way, so he's gonna be a few more minutes before he gets here, so just hang out till he gets here.
Make a motion, meeting adjourned.
Oh, thank you, Pepper. You keep me straight. So Pepper, then Joseph, Melinda. All those in favor say aye.
We had to have a vote. Pepper motioned and Joe approved. Seconded.
But I'm a useless contact. I'm a useless contact. I didn't realize a lot of people like
I'm just gonna like get everybody buy tickets, and then there's a website that you say draw a number between this range and this range. Click the button, and it's pull the number up, and then reference it on my sheet. I would have to do an actual double ticket. Yeah. Yes.
Salt grass.
When are you gonna buy your ticket? Okay, yeah, that'll be on there.
Hopefully I just put all this stuff there.
Yeah, it'll be on there just like before. I think yeah, you got 2 months left on your Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm gonna get one planted around all
Yes.
around that town. Well, I put some splicing plant over.
Yeah, well, I guess I just thought about that. I mean, it is only what, like 3 hours, 4 hours to start city. Here's the thing, I've been trying to be honest with service is that we're not looking at the city trailer. But I've been trying to but I may ask them about that and see about one that are day. They're not, they're kind of, kind of turning their mind to it. But I just didn't want to make it where it was like, oh, why do we have $3,000 for the postage, all this printing and whatever, subdivision. But, that's a good thought though. I mean, I might reach a little further again. And, I mean, the reality of it is, if I include, whatever counties that we get, like, Garden City, Bell City, whatever, those areas are 4 hours away, it may not really, by that meeting. But no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but there may be, I don't know what they have going on in Canada. That's maybe the closest thing to that. I don't know. I'll probably pull this Yes, like January. Well, yeah, if we're gonna do it there again, we probably should. We've had 4 people buy tickets, we raised $550.